So you just go to the www.hubsan.com homepage. Once your HUBSAN site comes up on the screen, click on support. When that comes through, you'll see all different quadcopters. Here we've got the Zino. You have a choice of user manual, useful to read, quick start guide, firmware and connecting tutorial. That's all good information, but if you want to just update the firmware, just click on it. And what it's doing now, at the bottom of the screen, it's downloading that firmware 0520. That's the latest firmware. Once the firmware download is complete, you just close your internet and then go to downloads, and I can see this one, firmware 0520. That's the newest one. The first one I put in was firmware 0401, so they must have just put this out, which is going to make it even better. So just double click on that zipped folder there. It says latest firmware. It says the latest firmware for Zino 520. Excellent, excellent. Alright, all these guys are zipped, so you have to unzip them. You just click on, let's see, let's go to the Zino upgrade tool. Click on that, one click, and then if you go up here, you'll see a little box that says extract all. So you click on that, and click extract, and what that will do, it will take it from being a zipped file to an easily read file. Then plug your mini USB cord into there, and the battery is out on this one. So you double click on your firmware 0520, it will bring you out to the latest firmware, and then you go down to Zino upgrade tool, you click on that. Zino upgrade tool, click on that. Okay, it says, do you want extracted? Yes, you do want extracted. And that's where you're going to extract it to. So once that is done, we have the drone connected to the computer. So what I'm going to do now is click on that, and you will, okay, so what you're going to do now, it will bring a blue box up which says Windows protected your PC. Now that's good, but then you press more info, and on the bottom it says run anywhere. Double click on the Zino upgrade tool, it will say open file, and the first one we're going to open is this one here, the FC program. What I did there is go to downloads, firmware 0520, then you go to the FC, there we go, and you click on that once. When you click on that, it will show up here, and press open. Once you're there, you press upgrade. You know it's upgrading because you can see the actual run down there. See, it's putting up how many percent. That was the flight controller upgrade there. Yeah, so that's good. That's done. Now the next thing I want to do is open the gimbal program. So again, you go back to downloads, go to your firmware here, the latest firmware, So once your flight controller is upgraded, you close that box. You have to plug in the battery, I don't know why, and then turn on the drone. So just to recap, the drone is actually turned on, the battery's on, there's a cord going from the drone to the computer. So this is the next part. Okay, and in the latest firmware for Zino 5.20, you go back to your upgrade tool, double click on that, double click on that, and see what we got there. Right, now then. Okay, now we're in the gimbal program. We look into the firmware file here, upgrade tool, gimbal firmware, here we go, gimbal firmware, gimbal, there you go. So once you clicked on that, press open, and then when it's down showing in the window, you can press upgrade. And it is surely upgrading as seen on TV. Once that is downloaded, you can just close this, and then we're going to go up to an IT, this IT thing on the bottom there. I want to show it, and this is important. And just click on that. Click on that, and this is, it brings you to the camera upgrading file. Now then, what you do with these guys is you take the SD card out of the drone and you put it in your computer, and you burn these two files onto that SD card. Before doing that, we turn off the drone. There, we're going to unplug it and take out the SD card from here. Just slide the SD card in there and then come back up to these two. Now we're going to take these two files from the camera upgrading file and we're going to send them. So they go down on the SD card, and the next thing to do is put the SD card in the drone, turn the drone on. Also, the SD card has the little brass part facing up to put it in there. So now that's on, turn on the drone. Okay, it makes a funny noise and then the lights will start flashing. And you will see that here, there's a light flashes on and off. And that is the SD card writing onto the main board of the drone. And then when it finishes, just turn off the drone and remove the SD card. Okay, it's stopped now, so all we do is turn off the drone. There you go. Oh, you have to hold it down a while, I guess.